Weather portion of Ag Week now. As we move into the mid and latter parts of April, once again, we've got massive snow to melt over much of the U.S. northern plains. That will keep the weather cooler than average for a while, but not so cold that it won't melt the snow. April snow typically melts very quickly. Overall, the pattern looking like there will be some showers, but not so many big storms, and overall not as wet as it's been lately. Here's the cool weather sticking around this week, starting off quite chilly. Not a lot of heat except South Florida and many parts of the desert Southwest. As we go through the week, though, we've got it's kind of a transitional progressive pattern. One wave passes through, and that will eventually take up residence by the end of the week down here in the southeastern U.S., which will get fairly cool. The west will have an opportunity to heat up. The northern plains, Great Lakes area just kind of stays on the cool side of things, which is just what it's going to do. And by the weekend, it'll be very cool throughout the Corn Belt, with some signs of heating up once again over parts of Texas. The second week, watch as the cool weather shifts eastward just a bit and then goes back to the west. Looks like the jet stream will be digging out a trough once again by latter part of April. Watch that. That can bring storms into the northern plains. For this coming week, the rainy weather will be around the Great Lakes, a few scattered storms in the southeast, maybe a little bit of snow in the Rockies, and the Pacific Northwest looks wet. Elsewhere, the middle, just a few scattered light showers of rain mostly, and without much consequence of that. The second week, if that trough forms, who knows, maybe one more round of northern plains snow. That's iffy at this point. Looks like some rain for the Great Lakes and the northern Corn Belt, and the Pacific Northwest looks fairly wet. The deep south looks like it's going to enter a fairly dry period as we go through the second half of the month of April. So generally cool and a little bit damp.